Dwayne Haskins officially declared for the 2019 NFL Draft just hours before Clemson defeated Alabama in the College Football National Championship game. With Oregon quarterback Justin Herbert deciding earlier to return to college for the 2019 season, Haskins has risen up draft projections and is now expected to be the first quarterback selected in the draft. The New York Giants passed on drafting the successor to Eli Manning in the 2018 NFL Draft quarterback class, and 1 year later, after another disappointing season, the spotlight is whether or not they will do the same in this draft. As far as Manning goes, his future with the Giants remains uncertain at this time. In his end-of-season press conference, General Manager Dave Gettleman refused to commit to Manning as his starting quarterback in 2019. At one point, Gettleman told reporters that Manning can still make all of the NFL throws before adding under his breath, "He's still got it, at least that part of it," referring to the veteran quarterback's arm talent. "We concur with Gettleman. Manning's arm talent allows him to complete every throw head coach Pat Shurmur asks him to make within his offensive scheme, at least when he's throwing from a balanced base. When Manning is forced to operate off script and under pressure, that's when evaluating him as a starting quarterback gets murkier." If the Giants do decide to move on from Manning, or if they decide to keep him with the intention of drafting his replacement, Haskins could be their top target. Today, we're going to break down everything you need to know about Haskins. Let's jump right into it. This can't be better done by a @DH_Simba7. This is QB1 stuff right here, man. Nation at Brutus. BuckeyePick.Twitter.com/ST12Whistleby. Dan Orlovsky, @DanOrlovsky7. January 1, 2019. During the 2018 season, Haskins' first season as the starting quarterback at Ohio State, he threw for 50 touchdown passes in 14 games played. Haskins also rushed for 4 touchdowns, bringing his total touchdown count to 54 for the season. Haskins only threw 8 interceptions the entire 2018 season. In regards to the record-breaking number, Haskins broke the Big Ten all-time record for passing touchdowns in a single season. Previously, this record was held by Drew Brees, who threw for 39 touchdown passes during the 1998 season. The record has stood for 20 years until Haskins broke it, and it didn't take him the entire season to get there. Haskins broke the record against the top-ranked Michigan Wolverines defense when he threw for 6 touchdown passes and 0 interceptions. Only 5 quarterbacks in the history of Big Ten football have ever topped the 30 passing touchdown mark in a single season. Haskins is the only quarterback to ever top the 40 touchdown mark. Haskins' 50 touchdown passes were the most by any quarterback in college football during the 2018 season. Dwayne Haskins just tweeted this. Pick.Twitter.com/Twitto84U. NFL update @MySportsUpdate. January 9, 2019. Haskins has made it very clear on 3 separate occasions that he would love to be drafted by the Giants. In a since-deleted tweet, Haskins posted a picture of him photoshopped in a Giants jersey with a message warning the NFL about how dynamic the New York offense could be if he joins it. Teddy Greenstein recently did a profile on Haskins where he mentioned the Giants as a landing spot for Haskins in the draft. The Ohio State star didn't hide his feelings about potentially being selected by the Giants. "I'm hoping for that too," Haskins told Greenstein, via the Chicago Tribune. This wasn't the first time Haskins expressed his interest in being selected by the Giants. Earlier this season, Haskins admitted he has been a fan of the Giants for a long time now. "It would be pretty nice," Haskins told the New York Post. "I played Madden a lot, and Tiki Barber was really good running the football. The whole offense was nice. Plaxico, Burris, Jeremy Shockey, Eli Manning, Ahmad Bradshaw. I was basically the stats guy from my family. I would know everybody's height and weight, what college they went to. I've been a Giants fan for a long time. Haskins has also recently started following and interacting with current Giants players like Saquon Barkley on social media. He was also recently followed by wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. on his Instagram account. One thing's for sure, at @DH_Simba7 throws a pretty ball. Just how pretty, something like Mama's home cookin' falling into your hands. At Ohio State WRs and staff rave about the QB. pic.twitter.com/UDL9QXC, Big Ten Network. At Big Ten Network, December 31, 2018. During the first half of the 2019 Rose Bowl, ESPN color analyst Kirk Herbstreit compared Haskins to a young Big Ben following a Haskins second quarter scramble. When he scrambles, he's like a younger Ben Roethlisberger, Herbstreit said. He is a big man when he takes off to run. You got him in Ben's weight class, asked play-by-play man Chris Fowler, young Ben Roethlisberger. Miami of Ohio, first-year Ben Roethlisberger, Herbstreit clarified. Haskins is 6'3" and about 225 pounds, it's a compliment. He's like an oak tree back there. He scrambles in a different way, talking to Ohio State Heisman Trophy finalist and big Giants fan, potential future QB at @DH_Simba7 about the I think at Ben Horowitz 1 and at Tiki Barber will like this clip. At CBS Sports Radio at WIFAN660 pic.twitter.com/humor3 Nkakma, Zach Gelb, at Zach Gibb, December 8, 2018. Haskins grew up and lived in Highland Park, New Jersey as a child. Eventually, his family moved to Maryland. However, before he moved, Haskins attended several Giants football camps with some of the legendary players from their first Super Bowl victory, with Tom Coughlin as head coach. In addition to attending football camps with Giants star players, he also grew up a big-time Giants fan. Big Giants fan, Haskins said at the Heisman Trophy ceremony, where he finished third in the voting, via Zach Gelb of NJ.com. I went to all the Amani Toomer camps growing up. Tiki Barber, Eli Manning, Jeremy Shockey, Antonio Pierce, Osai Umaniora, Michael Strahan, I can go on and on. What's at @DH_Simba7's legacy at Ohio State? The best passer in the long, rich tradition of Ohio State football, bar none. At BTN Glenn Mason pic.twitter.com/eastblumski, Ohio State on BTN. At Ohio Stadion BTN, January 8, 2019. After dismantling the Michigan Wolverines' No.1 ranked defense prior to playing Haskins, the Ohio State quarterback gave an in-depth look into the film study that went into his dominant performance. Haskins is wise beyond his year, especially for a rookie set to enter the NFL, when it comes to adjusting his pass protection before the snap to help pick up the blitz and when it comes to processing what the defense shows him after the snap. I was licking my chops, Haskins said of the performance against Michigan, via Cleveland.com. I see the one high covers and that's a quarterback's dream. The biggest responsibility for me all week was to be able to pick up blitzes and protection, because we saw a lot of different fronts and exotic looks. I spent hours in the film room just trying to figure out how we can pick the blitzes up. And once we picked it up, receivers make plays, and I'm going to put it there. And it was a great overall team effort today. According to Yahoo Sports, Ohio State coaches estimated Michigan blitzed about 75% of the time. H.T. Mazenbrew and Haskins had no trouble adjusting to this. Haskins completed 20 of 31 pass attempts for 396 yards passing, 6 passing touchdowns, and 0 interceptions against Michigan's top-ranked defense. He also added 34 yards rushing. At Dan Orlovsky 7 on Dwayne Haskins, he's very impressive. He's got a chance to be really good. I love his eyes, the way he manipulates coverage, finds windows and can deliver the ball, climb the pocket and get outside of it. He's got a very bright future. Coaching, soon-to-be former Ohio State head coach Urban Meyer recently said of Haskins, via 247 Sports, his release, his arm strength, his size, he's so much bigger than he was a couple years ago, and his footwork. He's so well coached. We have such admiration for his technique. only started 14 career games, but he sees front blitzes very well for a player of his age. Pic.twitter.com/1Ka6ug Jordan Reed @JRideNFL, January 7, 2019. As we touched on earlier, Haskins completely shredded a Michigan Wolverines defense that entered the rivalry game versus Ohio State, ranked number 1 in overall defense. However, we were equally as impressed by Haskins' performance against the Washington Huskies defense in the Rose Bowl. The Huskies have several NFL-ready defensive backs on a passing defense that was also elite for most of the 2018 season. Earlier in 2018, we saw the Washington Huskies shut down top quarterback prospect Justin Herbert and the Oregon offense. They were no match, however, for Haskins and the Ohio State offense. Haskins completed 25 of 37 passes for 251 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions against Washington in the Rose Bowl. One season as the starter, and what a season it was. Here are some of soon-to-be 2019 at NFL Draft Pick at @DH_Simba7's top plays. Pic.twitter.com/8tblebitfb, Big Ten Network @Big Ten Network, January 7, 2019. One of the concerns when it comes to using a top draft pick, first round and likely top 5, on Haskins is that he has only played one season at the collegiate level. Previous Ohio State record holder and quarterback J.T. Barrett was there before Haskins, which made it difficult for him to find playing time. However, when Haskins was called into action during the 2017 season following an injury to Barrett, he stepped in admirably. During the 2017 season, Haskins completed 40 of 57 pass attempts, 70.2 completion rate, for 565 passing yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and just 1 interception. Mel says Dwayne Haskins could go number 1 overall, and I completely agree. One quarterback on the board. Kuiper believes that Haskins should and will eventually be selected number 1 overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. Of course, the Arizona Cardinals currently hold the No. 1 overall pick, and they just used their 2018 first-round draft pick to select quarterback Josh Rosen. The Cardinals are highly unlikely to select Haskins at number 1 overall, but that doesn't mean they won't trade the draft pick to some team who will. If the Giants want Haskins, there is no guarantee they can just sit at No. 6 overall and have him fall to them. How he remains so accurate when doing this is almost boggling. But this will really help with muddied NFL pockets, when CPL'd with good play speed. And Saquon Barkley, as we referenced earlier, but he also has built a strong relationship with former Rutgers and New Jersey athlete Mohamed Sanu. Now, Sanu is a starting wide receiver on the Atlanta Falcons. Earlier this season, after Haskins and Ohio State defeated Michigan, Sanu tweeted out his support for the quarterback he refers to as his nephew. Congrats Neff @DH_Simba7, remember when we picked up the ball to throw, look at you now, Mohamed Sanu Sr. @Mo_12_Sanu, November 24, 2018. Haskins responded with a simple, "Love you UNC," to which Sanu said, "Love you too Neff." The two have a close relationship, dating back to Haskins' Pop Warner days as a kid in Central Jersey. Before Haskins moved to Maryland and enrolled at Potomac, MD, the Bullis School, he lived in Central Jersey. Sanu was wildly popular with aspiring players in the area, both as a star at South Brunswick High School and then at Rutgers over 3 seasons with Greg Schiano. He went on to become a Cincinnati Bengals draft pick before joining the Falcons in free agency 2 years ago. Again, his play speed allows him to make this look easy, throwing against C3 here and making the Huskies' Tunadari look normal. QB Dwayne Haskins received a first-round projection for 2019 NFL Draft from the NFL's College Personnel Advisory Board, according to league and school sources. Mortensen tweeted, "This kind of slide in the pocket as the ceiling for Haskins versus pressure. climbing creates deeper angles for the outside rush and keeps him ergonomically sound as a passer. Pic.twitter.com/kfatbuddies. Kyle Krabs, @grinding the tape. January 3, 2019. Haskins was ranked as a top pro-style quarterback coming out of high school. 247 Sports had him ranked number 7 overall and as a top 100 prospect while allocating a 4-star grade for Haskins.